Good morning. Ooh. Good morning, everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining us for the 2025 State of the City in Manteca. Whew. Before I get started, that was a lot of dancing. Before I get started, could we have a round of applause for Great Wolf and the wonderful breakfast that we had this morning? They always take really good care of us, so thank you very much. And I'd also like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. Our title sponsor, Kaiser Permanente. The City of Manteca. Yay! ACE, Altamont Corridor Express. Valley Strong Credit Union. Sutter Health. Hospice of San Joaquin. Haggerty. Sizzler. Dewberry. Delta College. Yoli's Towing. Doctors Hospital of Manteca. Bank of Stockton. Jose Nuno Consulting. Precision Automotive. WorkNet. Golden Valley Credit Union. And J&J Printing. Thank you so much. We couldn't have done this without you. And now to begin our special meeting, I would like to introduce our city clerk, Cassandra Candini Tilton. Could you please come up?
All right, good morning, everyone. If I can have you all turn on your lights. And it is my honor to introduce your mayor, Gary Singh, and the Manteca City Council.
Have we? All right, city clerk. Here we go. I call this special meeting to order for March 13th, 2025. Roll call, please. Sorry, forgot the gavel.
Council members Regina Lackey. Here. Council member Mike Morowit. Here. Vice Mayor Charlie Halford. Here. And your mayor, Gary Singh.
I am here. All right, with that, we're going to go ahead and open up the public comments in the ballroom here and the council's chambers. Here's your chance to tell us about the state of the city before the state of the city.
Our public comment is limited to only those items listed on this agenda per Government Code Section 54954.3 subsection A. All public comment speakers shall have 3 minutes to speak.
That's the best public comment I've had. Not literally, though. All right, no public comments. We're going to close the public comments and we're going to head on to the next. So next, I would like to welcome Pastor Terry K. Johnson to give us the invocation. Just move back.
If you would all bow your heads with me. Lord, the Apostle Paul, you had him pen, howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world, nor of the princes of this world, which come to naught. But you speak the wisdom of God in a mystery, even a hidden mystery, which you ordained to our glory. God, we thank you, Lord, for this day, for the gathering of this august body. And we thank you, God, because if it were not for you, we would not be here today. Bless us, oh God. Bless the headship of this city. Bless our mayor, his council. Lord, we ask, oh God, that you would look fondly upon us in this congregation of believers and servants to the public. Bless the police department, God, from the head to the foot beat cop. God bless them to see home every night, to see their duty as a job and not a personality. Bless our council to look upon those that have it not as though they had everything. Bless the decision makers at every turn, oh God, and let us not forget who you are and what our purpose is for you. Keep us, Lord, in the center of your will and the hollow of your hand. And God, as we go forward, we pray, Lord, that we never forget our commission to love one another as we love ourselves. Bless those first responders, God, that do things like run into burning buildings when others are running out. Bless the healthcare workers, Lord, when people are in fear of their lives, that they bring calm peace. Bless them to be healed in Jesus' name. For it's in your name, Lord, that we pray this prayer. Keep us, Lord, in the center of your will and the hollow of your hand. We say thank God and amen.
Thank you, Pastor Johnson. Next, we will go ahead and have the Manteca Police Department Honor Guard present the colors. Please stand.
About.
Please remain standing, and if I can have Jasmine Marie Diaz to come and sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see
light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. At the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Ms. Diaz. That was wonderful. With that, I will have you guys be seated. And I'm pretty sure you guys don't want to stand here for the next 2 hours, right? Good morning, everyone. Man, I don't know. Are you guys awake? I'm the one usually with the morning problem. Good morning, everyone. There we go. There we go. All right. So welcome, everyone, and thank you for being here today. This has got to be the largest attendance we've ever had for a council meeting. Actually, in fact, it's a sold-out council meeting. This year, we really wanted to do things differently, so we came up with this theme, honor our roots and elevate our future. As we recognize where we've come from and where we are today and how we're setting up Manteca for success now and in years to come. We've had a great lineup of guest speakers today, each representing the investments, growth, and opportunities that businesses are bringing to Manteca. Their work is shaping our city's future, and we're excited to highlight that today. You'll see these woven throughout today's presentation because our past, our upbringings, and the experiences that shape us play a role in how we lead, how we serve, and how we make the decisions that make up Manteca. Well, that includes your city council. Now, I'm willing to bet none of us on the city council imagined as kids that we'd grow up to be elected officials. But just to test that theory, let's take a trip down memory lane. All right, we're going to honor our roots. So let me introduce you to my council, starting with our Vice Mayor, Charlie Halford, representing District 1. Will the real Charlie Halford please stand up? Our newest council member representing District 2, Regina Lackey. She hasn't aged a bit. Stand up. Representing District 3 is Council Member David Breitenbucker. He couldn't make it today because he's our designated survivor. And last but not least, our former Vice Mayor, Mike Morowit, representing District 4. You know, and looking at this picture, you're going to think that he was ready to be a council member when this photo is taken. There he is. And then, of course, me, this poor innocent soul who had no idea what was coming. As you can see, we were all smiling back then. So that was then, and this is our current city council. As you can see in the picture, the kid in us is still alive, but so is our commitment to honoring our roots and shaping a brighter future for our city. Let's give our council a round of applause. Charlie, you don't look happy up there. What's going on? He said he's standing on his good knee. All right, speaking of our roots, I like to recognize some very important people in my life. It all started with my parents, Sam and Jesse, who made me the man I am today. They immigrated from India from a very small village to the United States when I was just 4 years old and planted their roots right here in the Central Valley. They started with humble beginnings and built a life rooted in hard work, service, and love for family and friends. I owe so much to them. Their courage to pursue the American dream didn't just change their lives, it definitely changed mine. And just 2 weeks ago, we celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. And I'm carrying on those values that I learned from my parents to my family. And I wouldn't be the man I am without my parents, but it is my wife, Nub, that completes me. She and I have built a beautiful life with our sons, Sam and Sammy, and we instilled those same values that we learned throughout our roots. They are my greatest blessing and a daily reminder of what really matters. And I'm proud to say I'm raising my family in the family city. And you know what? The family city wouldn't run without a great senior leadership team. So, senior leadership teams, please stand up. And of course, leading this team is our great city manager, Tony Lundgren. And of course, keeping me and the rest of us out of trouble is our city attorney, David Nafusi. He tries. All right, now that I've introduced basically the whole room, let's cue up this video that I'm about to send you. And I just want to remind you, no Q funds were spent on this video. Hello, Manteca. Guess who's back? That's right. It's your Mayor, Gary Singh. And this year's State of the City theme is Honor Our Roots, Elevate Our Future. So you know me, we're doing something a little different this year. We're taking a tour through Manteca's history, celebrating the places that built us and the projects that are shaping our future. Don't worry, this isn't a history lesson on Manteca. We'll save that for Dennis Wyatt or the Historical Society. Think of it as a refresher on where our city started, a look back on how far we've come and the promising road ahead. So now let's go. It all started here with the house of our founder, Joshua Cal. Today, it's Bank of America. So I guess you could say Manteca was making deposits on its future from the very beginning. Bacillary Park, Manteca's very first park. Back in the day, this was the place to be. No fancy splash pads, no high-tech playgrounds, just good old-fashioned lawn and a good time with the family without devices. But hey, you got to start somewhere. And in 2024, downtown Manteca property owners finally decided to level up and form a downtown district. That means property improvements, events, and businesses coming to the heart of Manteca. Basically, downtown's making a comeback, just like our president. No, not that one. Looking at you, Charles Paz. Some of you may remember the El Rey Theater, Manteca's hotspot for entertainment back in the days. Now, the Veranda and the Deaf Puppy Comedy Club are keeping the entertainment vibes alive in our downtown. Library Park is about to get a major upgrade with a food truck court that will make you question your dinner plans. And with the community garden across the street, we're not just growing vegetables. This is going back to our roots, literally, and planting the seeds for some serious downtown revitalization. Let's not forget the Manteca Creamery, because believe it or not, our city was basically named after butter, also known as lard. Dairy farming and the railroad put us on the map. And while we're not riding horses and buggies anymore, our railroad is still an integral part of our downtown, carrying goods and soon to be passengers. And what goes good with cream? You know, sugar. Klaus Spreckles planted his sugar refinery here in 1917, and now it's Spreckles Park, home to Target, Home Depot, TJ Maxx, and enough shopping and chicken options to keep our Gen Zs happy. It almost makes you forget the cows and that funky beet smell. Manteca High and Lincoln Elementary have been shaping young minds for decades, just like our council member Brighton Booker. And after all these years, they finally got a well-deserved upgrade. Manteca High got a major facelift because let's be honest, after 100 years, we all need a little work done. And Lincoln Elementary, it looks fresher than ever at 77 years old, just like our re-elected vice mayor. Manteca's first hospital was small, but today that modest building is caring for families in a different way, as Hope Family Shelter. It just goes to show Mantecans are always looking out for each other. The Fez, Manteca's family entertainment zone, is 150 acres of prime land that's gearing up to rival the best entertainment districts out there. Soon, you won't need to head to the Bay. The Bay will be spending their money here on top-tier shopping, dining, sports, and fun in the family city. Go ahead, get used to saying the Fez now, because it's about to become Manteca's new favorite three-letter word. Talking about the Fez hotspot, Big League Dreams is about to get a serious upgrade. Unrivaled Sports took over BLD and will be making major improvements. Get ready for top-tier competition, epic entertainment, and the kind of bragging rights that only come when you hit it out of the park. And Loma Brewery is currently under construction, right in front of BLD. Get ready for some cold beer, and of course, you'll find Councilmember Morwick getting some good grub on the patio this summer. I got a feeling it's going to be a perfect spot to refuel after a game. Well, cheers to that. The McKinley Interchange opened in June, bringing smoother commutes, fewer detours, and easier access to Fez. I even raced the Caltrans mascot on the on-ramp. He won only because I was obeying all the traffic laws. Further elevating Manteca's shopping and dining experience is the Manteca Crossing Shopping Center, right over the other side of 120. I hope the engineers got the drive-through traffic right this time. Now I know some residents aren't thrilled about all of our growth, but let's be real. More rooftops mean more retail. And I'm on a mission to make sure it's the kind of retail our residents actually want. Trust me, I want a Trader Joe's and a Winco too. I'm so excited for 10 Pin Fun Center to hit Manteca because nothing says family fun like rolling gutter balls, dodging lasers, racing council members, watching live music, and pretending you're good at bowling. Get ready to hear some more about that soon. The promenade shops at Orchard Valley are finally getting the attention they deserve. After 16 long years of sitting in retail limbo, new ownership, Groupie Huber, is turning the center into the vibrant destination we all wanted. Empty storefronts are out and thriving hub of shopping, dining, and entertainment is in. Now something to get really excited about. Manteca's first splash pad is streaming its way to Woodward Park. Breaking away from the ordinary, this one's got water tunnels, waterfalls, and a swing set. Because hey, why settle for basic? So don't judge me, because I'm definitely beating Regina to test it out. Because we all know it's freaking hot in Manteca. Public safety is important to all of us. So we are getting more eyes on the road with red light cameras. And hey, if you're gonna run a red light, at least make it memorable. Say cheese, looking at you, Tony and Mike. Here's to honoring Manteca's roots and elevating our future. Together, let's go. Yeah. It looks like you like that video as much as I like making it. I enjoyed highlighting Manteca's history and celebrating how far we've come. And there's so much work ahead of us. As we elevate Manteca, Council has 5 priorities, which are long-term fiscal sustainability, economic development, public safety, update infrastructure and facilities, homelessness and housing solutions. These 5 areas will shape the way we budget, make policy decisions, and manage our resources. We're going to give you a little more insight on each of them. Fiscal sustainability is always top priority and ongoing commitment. We've hired the right people to get us back on track and developed a plan to set us up for a better financial future. We've completed overdue audits and financial reports, taken a hard look at our development fees to make sure development is paying for the impacts they are creating. We're also approaching new development differently. If it doesn't benefit the community, we don't want it. Though unpopular, this council has made the tough decisions to propose new water and sewer rates for the first time nearly in 2 decades. For years, we have done more with less to keep a balanced budget, and we knew we had to find ways to bring in revenue that would make lasting, impactful changes. This included renegotiating our property tax agreement with the county, so that way all future developments now will be on a 60-40 split, and proposing a sales tax measure to meet the critical needs of our existing residents. And with the passage of Measure Q, which is a 3/4 cent sales tax that sunsets in 20 years, voters trusted us to make the positive changes for Manteca that we all want. And on that note, I want to take a moment to recognize the volunteers who worked hard to educate the public on Measure Q. Our very own city manager, Tony Lundgren, gave up her weekends and evenings to help lead the effort. She knew that without Measure Q, Manteca would be forced to make cuts that would impact essential services, and none of us wanted that. Together, we did over 100 town hall presentations. Since Measure Q is a general sales tax, it means it's not only residents, but visitors to Manteca, whether they're here for shopping, dining, entertainment, or even here at Great Wolf. They will all be contributing to our city's success. For now, we know it's an additional revenue stream that will help us reach the council's priority of public safety, better roads, and enhanced community amenities. I'm often asked, how does the city plan to spend Measure Q funding? Well, the city council and the Measure Q committee are in the process of developing a funding plan to make sure what we promise gets accomplished. And here's a quick look by the numbers to attract all the businesses, developers, and the investors in the audience to make sure you want to do business in Manteca. In 2023, we were named the fastest growing city in California among cities with population under 300,000. Our population has surpassed 90,000 and is expected to reach 100,000 by 2028. We have over 30,000 rooftops, with 12,000 more underway. We have an average household income of roughly 125,000. And as a community, 32.6% of us hold a college degree. We are home to over 2,200 businesses and will continue to grow the number as we are open for business. And we're not just about working, we're also big on play, with 559 acres of parkland for our residents to enjoy. All of these elements lift our local economy, and economic development is the lifeblood of fiscal sustainability going into the future. Economic development isn't just about bringing in more stores or retail. It's about an all-encompassing, stronger local economy. We want to see more healthcare, manufacturing, high-tech businesses in Manteca, which brings with it higher paying jobs. As the jobs come, people can live here, work here, which will help the overall quality of life because they are spending more time with their families rather than commuting. This will also provide more demand for the existing retails and storefronts. Now, I know some people don't love seeing new homes go up, but here's the reality. More homes bring more opportunity for businesses to thrive. The stores and restaurants our residents want won't come unless there is a population to support them long-term, not just short-term when the initial hype is out there. Tourism is another big driver. Big League Dreams, Great Wolf Lodge, Deaf Puppy Comedy are bringing people into our town, boosting hospitality and generating TOT, transient occupancy tax, revenue that will support our city services. And we've changed our playbook. We're not just sitting back for the right time or hoping a broker sends business our way. We're going directly to the decision makers. Yes, sometimes even sliding into their LinkedIn to pitch Manteca. The City Council Economic Development 2x Committee, which is with me and Councilmember Morwit, are all working together with city staff to gather, attract, expand, and keep businesses here. And we're just getting started. So we're so big on fun in Manteca that we've developed nearly 150 acres of land just for fun. As I mentioned in my video, get used to hearing about the Fez. Say it with me, guys, the Fez. Man, yes, where's the energy? No coffee this morning? The Fez. All right. The Fez will be home to premier retail and shopping, dining experiences, state-of-the-art sports and entertainment venues, parks, green spaces, and recreation. And the Fez isn't just meant for visitors. It's yours, Manteca, for you to enjoy. This isn't just a vision. It's already taking shape with exciting developments underway. The city's recent partnership with Unrivaled Sports to upgrade and operate Big League Dreams, bringing millions in investments to our highly visited sports park. Loma Brewery, currently under construction and set to open this summer. This is a rare opportunity to be part of something big. So if you're interested, please reach out to one of us or some part of Team Manteca. You want to be part of the Fest. Some of you may be asking, what will the Fez look like? We recently toured several family entertainment districts and were inspired by key elements we'd like to incorporate into the Fez in Manteca. Creative spaces with lighting, fountains, and outdoor decor, inclusive playgrounds located next to shopping and sports fields, entertainment attractions positioning near dining, public art that adds character and creativity to the space, music and event space to bring the community together, walkable and bikeable areas that enhance accessibility and connectivity, and diverse hotel accommodations to meet everyone's needs. Just because, now I know you're going to be wondering, what about the rest? Just because we're working on creating the Fez doesn't mean we're going to forget about you downtown. One of the more exciting investments in our city is the recent formation of the Downtown Manteca Improvement District. It took property owners and businesses to recognize the untapped potential of our downtown, and they are committed to bringing it back to life. As I mentioned in my video, the proposed food truck court at Library Park and the community garden are just the beginning. Coming on later this year, we're going to be creating a space and an event space with the community garden. And so there's going to be opportunities to bring people together and also do a farm to fork events in our downtown. We've also invested in downtown public safety annex, and we will continue hosting events that bring people together, just like Music on Maple. Wasn't Music on Maple awesome last year? Yeah. It was themed every month, and I mean, it was off the hook. As a visitor to our city looking for different experiences, this will also be an opportunity to connect the Fez to downtown. I envision having a dedicated Manteca transit service that connects Fez to visitors to come to downtown and then come right back and not drive. Not that they'll be drinking or anything. So they can, catch a comedy show, drink some, eat a little bit, because usually, the eating and the drinking, I don't know what goes with that. Speaking of new transit services in Manteca downtown, plans are underway to bring ACE rail services to downtown Manteca. With a new passenger platform next to Manteca Transit, this project will support our workforce, ease commutes, and make Manteca even more attractive to businesses and retail opportunities. The platform will include bridges over the track and an elevator for handicap access. Plus, the Main Street crossing won't be blocked when the trains are loading and unloading passengers. Yeah. The new rail service will also provide easier access to regional colleges and universities like Stanislaus State, UOP, Delta College, MJC, and UC Merced. The train will actually go there. This will help residents gain the skills they need for a variety of careers, including the trades. And this is also a way for our kids to go to college locally, just like I did, and hopefully stay in Manteca and work in Manteca into the future. As we focus on improving connectivity and access to higher education, we're also creating new opportunities for businesses to grow. Exciting commercial developments are on the horizon. They include Manteca Crossing, which is located at Highway 120 and Airport right on the other side. This 15-acre development will soon to be home to Manteca's second Chick-fil-A. I know, you should be excited. A Dutch Brothers, along with a Quick Crack Car Wash, because we need another car wash. Mountain Mike's Pizza, Boa Boa, Mint Cheese, that one I'll take, and an elevated Food for Less. Airport Center, this is an 18.4-acre project, includes plans for a 30,000 square foot dealership. I don't know which one, but Dennis White reported it was a Kia dealership. You take it what you want with that. A 4-story hotel, 4 restaurant spaces, and additional retail with convenient access from Atherton Drive. Union Crossing, situated at the southwest corner of Union Road and Highway 120. This retail hub, already home to living spaces, and Chevron will expand with 224,000 square feet of mixed retail, including large format stores and restaurants. Villa Tocino Town Square, located at Louise and Airport Way. This 9.5-acre commercial center is adjacent to major housing development with over 700 new homes, creating a stronger customer base for future businesses. And with new commercial development comes new businesses. And here are some that have joined the Manteca family. Let's give them all a round of applause. These businesses are choosing to invest here because they see the opportunity in our growing community. The city council and staff are committed to supporting businesses every step of the way. From applications and development to permitting, ensuring they have the resources needed to succeed in Manteca. As a council priority, public safety also plays a huge role in our economic vitality. This is the reason why businesses want to locate here, because they and their customers feel safe in Manteca. With the help of Measure Q and Measure M, we will invest in new police and fire facilities, secure much needed vehicles and equipment, and align staffing with growing needs of our community. A new police department headquarters and a 6th fire station is on top of the list for public safety priorities. Public safety also includes, sorry, go ahead. Public safety people, I know. Public safety also includes traffic safety and road improvements. You may have already experienced the flash of our red light cameras on Daniels and Airport, and several more are being installed this year. Speaking of eyes on the road, 99120 has been a priority project for our city and region for decades, and we have finally gotten enough funding and started construction. And this year, you will see improved safety and congestion on 120. You guys have already seen it. I don't know if you're missing it already, but part of the Austin Road Bridge is gone. I see there's some exciting people about that too. Don't worry, it'll be back. As part of the project, Manteca is set to have its first above-grade crossing as part of the 99-120 connector. The Austin Road overpass, which is currently being demolished, will eventually span over the railroad tracks near Moffett. So you'll actually get your grade separation and might not have to wait for that train again. I know there's some people that love to tell me about that on Facebook. The connector project will improve traffic flow, connectivity, and safety for drivers. One of our top requests from residents is smoother streets, and we hear you loud and clear. There's the street side is over here. This is one of the top priorities that will be funded through Measure Q, and street improvements will be seen throughout our city, including all the districts. We are also making significant progress on TCP mitigation to ensure water quality. And yes, Manteca's water is drinkable. We're continuing to make improvements at our sewer treatment plant also, storm pumps, pump stations, and pipelines. And I'd like to commend our public works staff. During our rain events, they're out in the field helping to prevent localized flooding and have done a great job. Yeah. We're one of the few cities, if you see when it rains, we rarely have floods or localized floods in our streets. So as we take care of all of our residents' needs, we also understand our unhoused residents. We've made more progress on homelessness than ever before. The city council recognizes that this is a priority because the issue isn't just going to go away. A few years ago, we didn't have a clear plan or the resources to make a real impact. Today, we do. Here's what we've accomplished in-house and through partnerships. Currently, we have 2 dorms for men and women that have 50 individuals housed. Starting this spring, we will be able to add a capacity for 25 more people. We have launched on-site behavioral health services, ensuring immediate support when individuals are ready to accept help. Accepted a donation from Fresh Start Charities for 8 refurbished container units for transitional housing. And we are also developing plans for a permanent navigation center. With the services provided at 555, or better known as Triple Nickel, it also takes a team to clean up our city. With Manteca Property Services and our resources team, they work daily to clean up homeless camps and remove debris and coordinate with Caltrans cleanups. I know you may not think about it, but it definitely looks a lot cleaner out there. Thank you. I also want to recognize the dedicated staff leading this charge every day with Vielka, Matt Smith, Mike Kelly, Community Resource Officer Ezekiel Diaz. Their work is making a real difference. It's a 24/7 job. We hear concerns from the public about homelessness, and I want to be clear, progress is happening. Change doesn't come overnight, but we are taking meaningful steps every day. I encourage you to get involved, just like our council member Brighton Booker, who does outreach every Tuesday and joins them, so you can also get involved. You want to know what we're doing? You want to be involved? Come see us Tuesday at 9 a.m. at usually our council chambers. That's where they start, where the monthly face-to-face meetings and all the people come together to figure out how to go out there and help people get off the streets. As we wrap up this year's State of the City, I want to leave the audience with a few things. We are a growing community, but as you can see, we have not forgotten our roots. But at the same time, we're looking about our future and what Manteca will look like for generations ahead. Many challenges lie ahead with public safety, infrastructure, but we are in the best position ever to address them head on. Sometimes progress can be slow, but it's not impossible. We will continue to strive to meet and exceed our community's expectations as they have put their faith in our leadership. And through Measure Q, we will accomplish our goals and priorities in ways that we never could before. Yes, growth is inevitable, but it needs to be diversified and must be a positive impact to our community, and it needs to pay its way. Our goal is not to just have a better Manteca today, but also one that our kids can be proud of. I want the next generation who may leave Manteca to want to come back and call our thriving city their home, raising their families, establishing their businesses, and enjoying the amenities that Manteca will have to offer. Yes, we honor our roots, but are you ready? Are you really ready to elevate Manteca with us well into the future? Are you ready to elevate? Thank you for all your time, and I appreciate your investment in Manteca. Be sure to shop local. Don't run a red light on your way out. I'm talking to you two. Thank you. So with that, I'd like to introduce our next guest speaker. I'm honored to introduce our next speaker, Africa Duhane West, Senior Vice President and Area Manager for Kaiser Permanente in the Central Valley. Africa oversees the Kaiser Permanente Modesto and Manteca Medical Centers, as well as the partnership with St. Joseph's Medical Center in Stockton. With more than 30 years in healthcare and 20 years of executive leadership experience, Africa has held numerous roles, including Chief Nurse Executive, Chief Executive Officer. Her expertise include improving business efficiency, fostering physician partnerships, and ensuring top-notch consumers and employee experiences. Africa lives by the principle of servant leadership and is dedicated to mentoring and supporting others in the healthcare field. Please join me in welcoming Africa Duhane West.
I am pumped. Are you guys pumped? Right? Elevate. I love it. Progress, not perfection. Do you guys feel there's any better city to be in than right here, right now in Manteca? Right? Thank you. It's really an honor to be here, Mayor Singh, all the dignitaries, our first responders, community partners, business leaders, and dignitaries. My name is Africa Duhane West, humble servant of those I'm entrusted to lead here in the Central Valley. It's really an honor to serve. Kaiser Permanente, and I want to thank, before I go on, the city of Manteca and the chamber and those of for Greatwood Lodge of the great accommodations that we've had. And Sarah Jane, you're killing it with this decoration. So thank you very much. You're making us look good, and we're honored to be the title sponsor here today. Kaiser Permanente continues our commitment and to our partnership here and the future of Manteca by meeting the needs of our members, supporting the community, and maintaining high quality, affordable healthcare while providing exceptional work environment for our employees. This is demonstrated by our expansion in women's care and health, as well as our expansion in physical therapy, as well as additional expansion that we've just acquired $6 million from the St. Dominic property to add specialty care right here on our Manteca campus. Yeah, yes. I remember Tony. You guys remember the meeting, Mayor Singh? I remember. You remember? Okay, I'm just making sure. I love the accountability. We have served the community of Manteca and the surrounding area for over 27 years. We're committed to investing in our community through our continued community health program, but as well as improvement, and we have to grow with the community as healthcare organizations. With that in mind, and this year's theme, Honor Our Roots and Elevating Our Future, I am excited to announce that we've received full funding for our ED expansion in Manteca for $83.4 million. Yes. This major expansion will add 27,000 square foot emergency department, moving our base from 24 to 34 bays. This is yeah, woo, yes. Yes, anyone that has received our service, you understand how important it is, not only for the community and our members that we serve, but for our employees as well. Our first responders that are coming into our facility with the ambulances and serving our members. Our other additional renovation is going to be an investment, another $19 million in site enhancement, equipment upgrades, and security improvements. Yes. Our history in Manteca is just beginning. We are proud to be part of this community, and that is why our employees will continue to volunteer and be part of this community. We will continue to invest in important projects and improvements, and we'll continue to partner with the community. For example, with our police department in our Healthy Room projects. Love, just the passion around that. So thank you for continuing that program, and our work with the Manteca Unified School District with our farmers market program, just to name a few. Yay. Yes, exactly. And my colleagues in the room, Sutter, Hi, Amber. Sutter, doctors, I think my healthcare colleagues in the room will agree that our city's economic growth and healthcare advancements are instinctively linked, right? You can't have one without the other. You can't have strong economic growth and development without having a healthy community. Would my partners in the room agree with that? Yes. Honoring our roots, we celebrate Manteca's industrious spirit, which drives economic progress and enhances healthcare delivery. By elevating our future, we ensure prosperity and well-being for generations to come. We remain committed to grow alongside the Manteca community, and we really value and appreciate the continued partnership from the city as well as the chamber. And before I go, where is Miss Jasmine Diaz? Is she still here? Jasmine, when you sing, that's what I think I sound like in my head, but not really. Not so much, but thank you for your time today. I'm excited to hear our next presenters regarding just the progress and the development in Manteca. And again, thank you so much for your partnership, and appreciate the longstanding commitment that we have here in this in Manteca, and also to doctors and Sutter. Thank you also for being gracious partners in our healthcare journey. Thank you.
All right, that was some great news. We've been thinking about that for a while. And you're right, it's so important, with the economic development, that healthcare is such an integral part of our community as we grow. And it's great to have more services for our residents right here in Manteca. So thank you. And we look forward to even more news soon. No pressure. All right, I'm excited to welcome our next guest speaker, Fritz Huber. Fritz served as Senior Vice President at Group E. Huber, where he plays a critical role in driving the company's growth through strategic acquisitions. Throughout his career, Fritz has successfully led over $900 million in new acquisitions and developments, in addition to completing lease transactions totaling more than 500,000 square feet. He joined Group E. Huber in 2017 after serving an associate as an associate director of acquisition at the Groupie Company. Prior to that, Fritz worked at the Greenlaw Partners, a prominent institutional private equity firm. Fritz earned his Bachelor of Science degree in economics from Azusa Pacific University in 2012. He and his wife Kelsey have been married since 2017 and are proud parents to 3 children. Come on up, buddy, it's your turn.
You guys brought the energy.
I don't know if you want the jacket.
Oh, yeah. You guys brought the energy. I'm just going to try to keep it going. That was incredible. What an entry. I mean, the lights. I mean, I got a 7-month-old over here, which is bringing the average age down a little bit in the room, but he was loving that entry. So that was incredible. Thank you for that. Oh, the glasses are still down here. Maybe I'll wear them. So forgive me. I think, is this what I'm using here? Okay. So good afternoon. My name is Fritz Huber. I'm a senior vice president at the Groupie Huber Company, and I am really excited to be here today to tell you a little bit about our newest acquisition, the Promenade Shops at Orchard Valley. It's a project that new to our organization, but for many of us sitting in the room who have lived and worked and been around Manteca for the past 17 years, we all know it as the Bass Pro Center, but as you drive through it, you're probably been wondering, hey, what's going on? Why is there so much vacancy? What's the story here? And so I'm hoping to elaborate on its history and hopefully paint a picture for its future. But before I do that, I just quick showing of hands, who knows what Chat GPT is? Okay, so pretty much everybody. Okay, another quick showing of hands. Who of you use it on like a fairly regular basis? Doesn't have to be daily, but okay, so still quite a few of you, probably more who don't want to admit it, but that's fine. It's a heck of a tool, right? It's really, really powerful. And, it's a really powerful tool. And I think for those of you that have used it and know what it is, I think you would, understand when I say, if this speech just bombs, it's not my fault. No, but in all seriousness, I want to really thank you for having me up here. Mayor Singh, City Manager Toli Lundgren, the Economic Development Department, Barbara Harp, and the esteemed members of the City Council for giving me this opportunity to speak with you today. So before I jump into the project itself, I thought I might just give you a little history of the Groupie Huber Company and tell you a little bit about ourselves. The Groupie Huber story is really rooted in the Central Valley and in Stockton. My great grandfather immigrated to California during the gold rush over 170 years ago. And I'm very proud to be 6th generation Californian, and the 7th generation is sitting right over there. But very proud of our history. And for over 50 years, the Groupie and Huber families have been incredibly committed to the Central Valley, not just developing here, but investing and reinvesting back into the communities in which we work and live. We're not the builder that's going to come in, develop a project and sell it. The quick flip is just not in our nature. And I think that this can be, recently demonstrated. We just recently went through a remodel on one of our existing shopping centers in Stockton. It's called the Marina Shopping Center. And that was a project that was built over 50 years ago by my grandfather as part of his first master plan community called Lincoln Village. And the entity that actually owns that is called LILVAL, L-I-L-V-A-L, and it stood for Live in Lincoln Village and Live. And, this is a project that we built over 50 years ago. And, after 50 years, we also have to get wrinkles, right? Maybe our hair starts to fade. So, the wood no longer took paint, right? The stucco started to crack. The parking lot, needed a re-slurry and a restripe. The landscaping looked tired. And, this is a full shopping center for us. So a reinvestment into the center doesn't generate necessarily a net return on the investment. However, this was a shopping center we had built 50 years ago. We're proud of it. and we want to own it for the next 50 years. And so it was time to reinvest. We invested millions of dollars back into that center, not expecting to see a return on that investment. And I think it just goes to show, and it demonstrates our commitment to the communities that we work and that we live in, and our willingness to work with, and we want to be proud of our assets, and we want the community to be proud of our assets. So I guess just I'll end on the About Us section. We're a diversified real estate company with an expansive portfolio, a little over 2 million square feet currently under management. Develop a range of different type of products, everything from self-storage to apartments to retail, obviously, to traditional office, medical office. We do a little bit of everything, but our focus remains primarily in the Central Valley, and that's where we have deep ties and a strong understanding of the market. So on for our most recent acquisition. I guess the reason, we're super excited to be here. And we're thrilled to have added the Promenade Shops at Orchard Valley to our portfolio. This is a significant retail destination, not just for Manteca, but really for all of Northern California. When it was originally built in 2006 and 2007, it's a little over 550,000 square feet, including the JCPenney's and the Hampton Inn. But when you look at that aerial, we were able to strategically acquire everything other than the JCPenney's and the Hampton Inn, which are owned by they own their own real estate. So we were able to purchase just under 400,000 square feet, including the Bass Pro, as well as the 6 development pads, which are about 12 acres. And we listed some of the tenants that are up there that are existing: Bass Pro, AMC, Valley Fitness. Really excited to have Sutter Health, which I know is a sponsor of this event. And so thank you, Sutter. We're really excited for you guys to be here. And although it's been some time that our company has developed and invested in Manteca, we are extremely proud of this project, and we're very excited to be back in this dynamic city. ChatGPT, what'd you do to me? Okay, sorry about that. We just heard from the mayor. I mean, what an amazing story to tell about Manteca right now, right? I mean, just Manteca is thriving. And it's one, as the mayor mentioned, it's one of the fastest growing cities in California. And this is just huge positive momentum for attracting significant retailers to the Manteca market. And Orchard Valley benefits from that growth. The site, even with all of its vacancy, it sees almost 3 million unique visitors per year. And it's got an exceptional location, great freeway visibility, easy access off of Union, and it's right amongst all that developing neighborhoods along the 120 corridor. So the location just really couldn't be better. But to really truly understand the future of this site, I think it's really important to understand its past and its history. So this project was a partnership between two out-of-town developers, one of them from the East Coast, Pogue, and then a Prudential Life Company, a large institutional fund. And unfortunately for them and for the city of Manteca, along with its residents, these developers were not local, and they were really out of touch with what the Manteca market is and what it needs. I think also we can all say that probably coming out of the ground with 500,000 square feet of retail in 2008, had we had a crystal ball, probably not the best time to do that. They built this at the very peak of the market with the highest construction costs. And then, we had this big crater, right? And they needed to get rents that were high to justify their construction costs, and that was really difficult for them. So for years, they fought this, economic battle. And in 2012, they decided, hey, you know what? We're going to make a shift here. Instead of this as a lifestyle center, we're going to try to rebrand it into an outlet mall. And so they brought in an outlet mall operator, and they said, okay, we're going to do this. So for about 18 months, they really pushed hard on this whole outlet mall vision for the center. And that lasted until Simon Malls built their Livermore outlet property, which just took all of that demand from Tracy, Manteca, the Central Valley, and just drug it out to the East Bay. And so really their timing just couldn't have been worse on that. And then, so you went from a failed business plan to another failed business plan. And at a certain point, I think it just became too financially burdensome for them to think about reinvesting back into the center. So that really just led to them, not maintaining the common areas. It led to them not picking up the phone when brokers would call them asking, hey, I've got a really interested tenant that wants to be here. When the city officials call them saying, hey, what are you guys doing? No response, right? So, out of town, out of touch, kind of out of mind was their position on this project. So, now we as local owners are very excited to turn that page. We acquired the property at the middle of last year. And one of the strategic things that we did as part of this acquisition was we were able to buy it below the cost of replacement. So for us, what that means is that we can offer rents. These guys were previously hamstrung, right, by this really high cost. And they said, okay, well, I have to get a return on that. And I have to offer rents that are way above market. Now, with our new reset basis in this, we can be very competitive and we can try to draw in all those uses that Manteca really wants to see as part of their community. Thank you. Our focus is really on evolving Orchard Valley to meet the current needs of Manteca and the changing retail landscape. I mean, I think as we all know, retail has changed a lot in the last 20 years. Big box retail has been really tough with the emergence of Amazon and all the online presence. So there's been a shift since this thing has been built. So it really takes a reimagining of what this could be. So we're very committed to the city of Manteca in this project, and we're committed to a hands-on approach. We believe in working collaboratively with both the city as well as the community members. And in total, our anticipated investment in this center alone is going to be in excess of $75 million. A lot of that is to address some of the deferred maintenance common area items that I had talked to you guys about. So, security is really important to us, right? We want to make sure that when people are on site, this is a 53-acre campus, guys. We want you to feel safe when you're on there. So we're upgrading all of our security systems. We've repainted the buildings. We're replacing all the existing light with new LED lighting. As part of our due diligence, we found that the contractor had incorrectly built the flashings on some buildings and there was effervescence and mold getting it. So anyways, we had to tear off the stucco on 2 full buildings, re-stucco them just to make sure that those are vacant buildings. And we want to make sure that we can attract those tenants into them. And they were not leasable because a tenant would go in there and they say, hey, there's water all over this, like what's going on? And they would not be willing to move in. So we have to address a lot of those deferred maintenance item issues. And we've taken the last 6 to 8 months and really gotten a head start on doing that. We're working with an award-winning local to the Central Valley landscape architect to reimagine the landscape master plan out here as well as all the wayfinding signage. And then I think most importantly, a big part of this budget is to partner with our existing tenants and new tenants on expanding into filling up that vacant space. Our vision is to create a thriving hub of activity and a destination for the entire family. So we're actively targeting or in discussions right now with a lot of different and interested uses that we're very excited about and that we hope to be able to announce shortly. But this includes everything from golf simulators to grocery stores to pickleball courts, more restaurants, more coffee, kids education centers, soft goods stores, salon and day spas, and of course, medical uses. Manteca is known for being a community-focused center, and we intend to be a community-focused partner. We're committed to housing a variety of community events. We're working with an operator for a farmer's market right now. We're really hoping to get that off the ground in the spring, summer. Food and wine festivals, run and walks. And then as part of our redevelopment, we'd really like to introduce an interactive water fountain. So once that's built, we'd love for the community to come and explore that and have fun. Transformations like this, they don't happen overnight, right? This was a 53-acre ship that had really veered off course, and we're here just trying to pull it back in line, and that's going to take some time. But we're really excited and we're thrilled with the initial progress and the momentum that we've built thus far. But if you're a business owner and you're looking to expand or relocate in Manteca, we'd really love an opportunity to discuss our exciting opportunities out here with you. And for everybody else in the community, we just really invite you to come dine, shop, explore, and experience the new energy out at the promenade. So I guess as the saying goes, it takes a village. And we have a fantastic team working to make this vision a reality. There are multiple team members of the Groupie Huber executive team here. So if you have any questions, they're right over there. But no, my parents are here. My wife, who is my biggest support system, is here with our newest born. This is Noah. He's 7 months. I don't know how many other 7 months olds attend the State of the City, but he's our little celebrity, I guess. But a big part of this team is also our partner in the Bank of Stockton. And they're a key sponsor of this event as well. But the Bank of Stockton has, if you guys don't know them or haven't had an opportunity to work with them, I'd really encourage it. They've been an incredible partner of ours for years. And, a special shout out, he's sitting over there, Nick King. He works out of the Manteca branch here. And this deal really could not have gotten done without him. I mean, I think the guy, probably lived in the office for a couple months to make sure that this deal got done, but just an incredible partner. So for anybody, that's looking for a great banking relationship, I highly encourage you to go meet with the Bank of Stockton team. So Winston Churchill once said, "A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, but an optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty." When we look at Orchard Valley, we see a tremendous opportunity. While some might focus on the challenges of the past, we choose to focus on the future and the potential. We're confident that Orchard Valley will resounding success and a source of pride for the city. Thank you for your time this morning, and we're very excited to be part of Manteca's future.
All right. You know what? Thank you, Groupie Huber. This has been a long time coming. And you know what? Are you excited for what's about to come for the promenade? I sure am. So exciting times are ahead, and I can't wait to see all the new tenants popping in there and people stop blaming me for it. All right. So next, we're going to keep it going with investments in Manteca because like we said, we're open for business and we're elevating into the future. So my next guest speaker is Rod Scott, who is a business leader and entrepreneur with a background in real estate, construction, and hospitality. After serving in the U.S. Air Force as an air traffic controller in Vietnam, he built a diverse career, earning a business degree from Weber State University and gaining experience in sales, real estate, and development. He has designed and built homes, commercial properties, and businesses across California and Hawaii, including Better Homes Real Estate in San Lorenzo, Villa Tesoro, banquet centers in Pleasanton, and 2 restaurants in Kauai. I might want to go to one of those, one of which will still operate today. His recent project has been 10 Pin Fun Center in Turlock, which is a 62,000 square feet entertainment venue featuring bowling, laser tag, event space, and full service restaurant. So you know what? We can't just let Turlock take us on 10 Pin. So with decades of experience in building and operating successful businesses, he's excited to bring an even bigger, because we got to go big or go home, and better 10 Pin experience to Manteca. So please welcome Rod Scott.
Good morning, everybody. I guess good midday. I didn't jump on top of the stage, by the way. I'm 79 years old, so I'm not doing that kind of thing. I thought about it, but I think that wouldn't be too pretty. First of all, I want to actually thank and appreciate the mayor, city council, all the members of the city, have us here for this presentation. It's very important to me to be here as part of our deal. The other thing I want to express that probably not a lot of people can say, maybe Fritz can actually join in on this. I've worked with probably cities from Contra Costa County, Alameda County, Merced County, Stanislaus County, and worked with different planning departments, building departments throughout all these different areas. And I've never worked with a city that's been so respectful and so helpful in a project like that. So I just want to, your planning department, the whole city has just been phenomenal. And we had the benefit of enjoying part of the city council and the mayor and Tony and some of the staff down to 10 Pin a few weeks ago to just have a little bit of fun and enjoy some of our entertainment. We're going backwards now. Oh, we want to go forward, don't we? Anyway, they came down for about a couple hours, enjoyed yourselves. We served a little lunch for everybody, a few appetizers and some stuff, and kind of gave them a tour of the facility. So today we're going to kind of show you what's going to happen in Manteca. It's going to be a little bit different than what's actually happened in Turlock. Before I get into the Turlock venue, which actually is, whoops, let me kind of explain to you where we're going to be with our facility. I tried to find a laser pointer that would go 5 locations, but for some reason I couldn't find one that would do 5 at one time. So I'm probably going to go this direction if I can, or maybe behind me. I'll do it this way. This is where the Family Entertainment Center, the 10 Pin Fun Center will be located. It's about a 62,000 or 82,000 square feet. Go big or go home, right? 82,000 square foot facility. And in between that, you're going to see parking, lots of parking. And then on this end, which is toward the Bay Area end, is Villa Panchetto. It's going to be a banquet facility and conference center. As he stated in my presentation, I was in the banquet facility and conference center business for about 10 years in Pleasanton, a place called Villa Tassajara, where we did hundreds of weddings and different types of banquets, et cetera. So going on to what's going to be next is to talk a little bit about 10 Pin, how it started. And I wasn't going to go and do a long rendition. I didn't want to outdo Gary's time, but this actually started in 2006. It was just a kind of a crazy day. They've heard the story, but I'll kind of shorten it a bit. We were sitting in our real estate office, Jim Tice. This is not my idea, by the way. I had nothing to do with the idea. I just kind of did what I had to do. But Jim and I were talking one day and he was writing in a book. And I said, "What are you writing down, Jim?" And he said, "I'm going through and looking and checking off things on my bucket list." And I said, "What's on your bucket list?" And he said, "We haven't had a bowling alley in Turlock for 20 years since Divine Garden closed, and we need a bowling alley." And I said, "Well, let's go build one then." That was really how this thing started. And about 2 weeks later, actually getting on a few phone calls, I called and got a hold of Brunswick, I knew the Brunswick name because I had a black beauty bowling ball that, the black bowling ball that I had when I was a kid in Japan from 1954 to 58. That's how I learned how to bowl on manual pin setters at Ikura Air Force Base in Japan. So anyway, I got on the phone and I got a hold of Brunswick, and Brunswick finally called me up, their sales rep, James. And I believe it or not, they actually had something going to happen in about 2 weeks. They call it an expo, and it was in Dallas, Texas. And I thought a bowling alley was a bowling alley. I had no idea what family entertainment centers were. So I get back there to Dallas and they take me to all these different locations to look at. And I said, "My God, these are totally different. They're not bowling alleys." I mean, I'm thinking cigar smoking, beer drinking, bunch of guys hanging out, doing their thing. And come to find out, they're actually designed for family entertainment centers. Some of them actually have theaters in them. So I came back to Turlock and I said, "Okay, we're going to do this." And so we started the design process of it, we had an architect in Oklahoma that was doing design work, had a property picked out, had it tied up. And guess what happened? 2008, things just died. Nothing happened. And you couldn't, I mean, I don't think Donald Trump could have borrowed 10 cents from a bank. It was literally impossible to raise funds at that time to build a $16 million project. So anyway, time went on, and then this doctor friend of mine, Dr. Vassildufa, a heart surgeon, came to me one day and he said, you know what, I think it's probably a good time, maybe you ought to start that up again. And I said, okay. So in 2016 is when this started. So I'm the one that designed the building. I'm the one that built the building. And actually, believe it or not, we went to a bunch of general managers, and I'm actually still operating the building at this point. Not something I really enjoy doing that many hours a day at my age, but I'm doing it. So anyway, I want to see a little video of what Turlock is. And then I'm going to explain to you what's going to be a little bit part of what the new center is going to be. This is the elevations of your new facility. It's a 82,000 square facility. We went through a bunch of renditions of exteriors, but we kind of like the way it came out. We should be able to start building permit application in July. All the drawings should be done and ready for in July. So, but anyway, that's the elevation look of the building. We kind of like the looks of it. Our neighbors kind of like the looks of it after we got done. This is the first floor plan. It's a two-story facility, by the way. There are 26 lanes downstairs. There are, like Tenpin has, but it's a beer garden that's actually enclosed or open. Has that option of being open or closed. So it's got sliding glass panels. So in the summertime, when the weather's really nice, we can open things up. It will actually have a fire pit in it, an old school type fire pit that's indoors that has a circular table that will go up, kind of a community type. There's a lot of seating areas, not a little bit different than this. A full-blown restaurant, just like we have in Turlock. We're pretty proud of Turlock, our restaurant portion itself. It's a scratch kitchen. Everything is made that you're going to eat there is all made there. There's no frozen brought in food. We make all our own pizza dough, our own pizza sauces. Everything you're going to eat there, including everything with salmon, ribs, you name it. It's not like a regular bowling alley food. I think they will attest to that. You guys, Mike will attest to that. He enjoyed a lot. He enjoyed quite a few things when we had it. Even the ahi nachos he liked pretty well. So anyway, so the type of restaurant it's going to be is something you can bring your family to, enjoy a really good hearty meal at a fair price, hopefully with really good service, if we can find the employees, as you know. One of the things that's going to be featured, and you kind of saw it probably in the Tenpin one, was we have a video wall in the restaurant. The video wall is about 26 feet long. It's the largest video wall in the Central Valley. The new one is going to be about 34 feet long. Instead of being identical or 55-inch TV screens, the new modern technology allows us to do a full video wall, which is going to be really nice for everybody to enjoy sports and that type of thing inside the facility. In the beer garden, they'll have a lot of TV and monitors and that type of thing too. And like I said, a full service restaurant. On an average day, guys, on a Saturday, during the day, during the week, or on a Saturday, during the weekend, I should say, we'll actually do about 300 pizzas in our place with all the birthday parties and events that we have. So it's a pretty busy place when it comes to food. 26 lanes downstairs, center bar downstairs that'll service most of the downstairs areas, offices. And what you're gonna find that's different about the new facility that's gonna be different than Tenpin is all the new types of games that are available that we didn't have 7 years ago when we built Tenpin. It's not all virtual, but a lot of it is, and even some of the new virtual stuff is untethered. So you're not wired to a wire or having to deal with any of that cumbersome. Even when you see the upstairs in a second, you'll see where we have Verse Immerse, which is completely untethered, and it's laser tag, escape rooms. There's 14 different games that you can do in it. Cubics, which is another untethered VR type game, an actual baseball game. You're going to actually have baseballs flying up out of the ground that kids can hit, and it keeps score for them. There's a bunch of different types of arcade type things that we didn't have available for. And like I said, the laser tag sits in a 1,000 square foot space. You could actually have dinner in the space the next day because you don't even know it's there unless you're actually having it. It's called a Verse Immerse. Anyway, downstairs, the 26 lanes. One of the things I didn't have them put on the video, which I probably should have, every lane in the facility is Brunswick, by the way. I couldn't go any other way. Is called a thing called Spark. So if you get a chance to look at it, Spark is a kind of a I can't really even describe how phenomenal the thing is, but it allows you to, as a corporate event, you can put your corporate name on the ball and you'll see it travel down the lanes. And it's just amazing. You can put the kids' birthday parties' names on it. You can actually play horse on it. You can play, what's that game that everybody plays that you have to get, I forget the name of, but you can play a bunch of different games on it besides bowling. So it's not just bowling, it's other things. So that'll be a part of it. Then when you get upstairs, now you have a full huge arcade. It's about 120 games. You have the Verse Immerse, you have banquet space that'll seat, counting both sides, the kid side and the adult side, of about 400 people. So you're gonna have a space that we can do a lot of birthday parties, corporate events, those type of things for your different businesses, team building type things. Along with that, with the arcade, in the arcade part, there's a redemption store where kids can win tickets. They don't do tickets anymore. It's on a card. And they use that card to swipe to take all your money from you because you'll spend a lot of money on arcade. It's amazing how fast that goes. I think it's a casino for kids, but we kind of enjoy the benefits of it. But anyway, that's going to be upstairs as part of the arcade portion of it. Then also we have the 14 lanes upstairs. At 10 p.m. we call it the back 8. Here we're going to call it the upper 14. Again, it's got Spark. It's a private area, so you can have private events for your larger groups. We can split that up into smaller groups too. And part of that is a skybox. I think you kind of saw a picture of it on the 10-pin portion of it. It's a little bit larger than that now. It oversees the big 36-foot, big, huge wall monitor that's going to be showing all the sporting events. It circles around it, and then it has its own bar, and it also has another bar that services the 14 lanes. So that part is all part and parcel of that. So generally, that's the activities that are there, along with a few other things that we'll be doing in that facility. And then this is phase 1. Again, we're going to hopefully get going for permits in July. Next thing. This is the second phase of our process. It's called Villa Banchetto. It's a banquet facility and conference center. It seats up to 1,000 people, 750 people downstairs, divisible by 250. Rooms generally about this size, times 3 downstairs. It also has 2 chapels in it. One chapel upstairs, one chapel downstairs that'll seat a quantity of people. It's going to be probably the most upscale IT-oriented banquet place you're ever going to be in. I'm going to use, I mean, obviously we can do all kinds of different corporate events and different things like big seminars and whatever else you need in a big banquet facility like that. But one of the main focuses on it was because of my past of all the weddings we did is a wedding. And I don't know if you can imagine having a wedding there, having it in the chapel and having your reception there and outdoor picture areas and all kinds of cool things like that. But it actually being shown live through YouTube as it's going on. So you're going to be able, this is all robotically controlled TV quality cameras. They'll be tracking all this stuff, videotaping, editing on the fly. If you're a bride and you're doing your last dance, you're actually going to be able to watch your ceremony, but the last part of your ceremony when you're doing your last dance. When you walk out the door, you're going to have a fully edited version of the event that just took place. So I can't get into a lot of other things about it. It's going to have 2 kitchens, one for ethnic food because we have a lot of Indian population, so they do a lot of big, huge weddings, as you probably know, and then more of a regular type kitchen that handle the regular type food. So that's pretty much all I have that to give you, other than to say again, thank you for allowing me to be here.
Wow. This is not your typical, this is not Charlie's bowling alley anymore. No, I'm really excited. When we went to visit it, we were actually in awe for some of the things that we saw there. And so this is some exciting stuff. So, and that banquet facility, yeah, I think it's going to come to a good use here soon. But no, thank you again for investing in Manteca and coming here to bring these new venues to us. So that was one of the things we wanted to do different this year was, not just come up here and talk about numbers or state of the city, but actually talk about and bring individuals up here that are actually investing in our city and showing you what they're doing in our city so you can actually hear it from them instead of just me talking up here. So hopefully you guys are really appreciated that style of doing things different than some of the other state of the cities you may have long gone to. So with that, I'm going to call up our Chamber Board President, Raj Lal, and the Director, Joanne Beatty. They're going to issue some awards. No pressure, guys. And I didn't really see Raj dancing up here, but I did saw him dancing 2 weeks ago.
Good dancer.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to give Downtown Enhancement Awards. We have 3 of them to give out today, and they're given to businesses that have made a difference in our downtown and have improved their business in a significant way. So now I'll have Raj come on forward and introduce the.
Good morning, everybody. Okay, the
Still morning,
first,
right?
yep, still morning, I think
Okay,
so.
good.
It's not noon yet. So our first award recipient goes to Chris, Death Puppy Comedy Club.
Yes, yes, yes.
He has the best comedy club in Manteca.
I do. Thank you. Who would have thought, right? A comedy club in Manteca. So just looking around the room, there are many hands that should be on this. There was a multitude of people that helped us get this far. Just to piggyback, like what Fritz Huber said, it does take a village. Isn't that the old saying? It takes a village to raise a comedy club, and then within each village, each hut will have Art Salas walk through it and make sure it gets the code. Is Art here? So I can use that joke again? That's good. But yeah, it's exciting. I'm from Manteca. Those of you that don't know me, born and raised here, I started doing comedy in 2009. In doing comedy in the Valley, you find you're at a bar. You're not at a comedy club, something traditional, something where you can work your craft. And in doing it at the San Francisco Punchline or other spots, the managers there suggested, well, why don't you do it in Manteca? To me personally, we had a group of people. Many people suggested, well, why not Modesto? And I thought, well, if you do Modesto, people from Tracy and Stockton are just as likely to head to Sacramento or to the Bay Area. And as a Mantecan, I think we found the perfect spot downtown, and we've really created a great space. And so one thing I've learned in this journey is be willing to pivot and, get out of your own way. So I know Barb and Tony, they get messages from me all the time where I'm like, oh, I want to get back in the tractor. The public is the worst, right? It is. But I'm learning, and the one thing we've done there is we've kind of changed up. We have different nights now. We're doing karaoke. We have a wonderful outdoor patio, and we've entertained the thought. At first, when people were like, "Are you willing to have birthday parties, or you have a big beautiful show?" And I was like, "No, that's a comedy club. That's holy ground." And I've put that aside now. So we're definitely moving forward in a positive direction where we're trying to create a family-friendly environment, something that you can bring your kids down to. We have video games and games out back, and we want to just make it a safe space downtown. And we're very excited to be part of downtown. So thank you guys very much.
Okay, our next recipient is Tracy from the Cat Whisker Art Studio.
So nervous. Thank you so much, everybody. This has been a lifelong dream of a little 11-year-old girl. The Cat's Whiskers was first a art experience, stealing little spice jars out of my mom's cupboard and emptying all of her little pieces together and putting them into bigger jars so that I could take the jars, pour sand in it, and sell it in my neighborhood so that I could get to camp that year because I came from a humble family, single mom, raising 2 kids, and there was no chance of me getting to camp that year. So that was the very first rendition of the Cat's Whiskers, and it has taken on many renditions since then. In San Diego, it was a gift basket business. Then in Wyoming, it was a farm art with goats and painting and kids parties. And now we are in downtown Manteca. Yep. Such a dream. I arrived in America 24 years ago, hence the accent, from South Africa. And got to swear in and become a citizen in August of last year, finally. Long journey. And as I said, the Cat's Whiskers has been that lifelong dream, something that I always wanted and dreamed in the back of my mind that art could be something that was more than just a hobby. And I now get to share this award. And this is not my award. This is all of the artists. We are now up to 26 artists in our studio and artisans that are showcased downtown. And they are your local neighbors. We have, out of the 26, there's only 2 that are not actual Manteca locals. So there is some incredible talent that we have in our town. And I get the honor and privilege of showcasing their work in the studio. We are your downtown artist hub. We provide paint parties for family entertainment, birthday parties, girls' nights, family reunions, corporate events. We do have a mobile aspect, but we would really like to invite you down to come and see our 3,200 square foot space in which we have transformed into something very unique and different in the paint party entertainment industry. It is a multi-million-dollar industry now, really, really up and coming industry. And I am just so proud of the artists that are there and the events and the things that we are putting on. So please come down and support all of these artists. This is for all of them. And I thank you very much, the city and the chamber.
And our next award recipient is USA Tax and Bookkeeping, Christina. I don't know her name on the-
Hey, when you open a business, you got to keep your taxes right.
Hello. Hi. Well, thank you for this award. I do not expecting when Carol called me and let me know that I'm gonna get this award. I say, really? Why? But I'm so happy that meet a lot of people. I bring my two daughters with me because they are my big supporters. I cannot make it without them. They are helping me a lot. That way I can pursue my dreams and make it happen. I'm gonna let my daughter Melody talk for a minute about the business.
Hopefully you hear that.
Yeah. Hello. Thank you all for coming out. My name is Melody Flores. I am currently a student at Cal State University in Hayward, East Bay. I followed my mom's footsteps and I'm currently studying accounting right now. I'm in my last semester, and after this, I will be studying my CPA exam. Since 2007, my mother has opened her business, USA Tax, in Oakland in a studio. Actually, half of it was a hair salon and the other half was her business. So it was very small. But since then, she started with just clients. Actually, her family, or my aunts, were her first clients. And since then, it's expanded to more than 500 clients. And just seeing that growth, just seeing her, her durability, her passion, and her honesty, and especially her humility, that runs this business, just really had me wanting to do the same and to expand her business once I get my CPA license. And we thank God first and foremost, because without him, we wouldn't be here. And we also thank the Manteca Chamber of Commerce for recognizing my mother when she came out here to Manteca. When we moved out here to Tracy, she actually started finding businesses or buildings in Tracy, but it was in Manteca where they opened her with open arms. And so we thank her, and we thank the city of Manteca for just welcoming us. And we also like to thank each and every single one of you for coming out, waking up early to support each other. And last day of taxes is April 15th. FYI. Don't hesitate to come out. It's in West Yosemite. Thank you so much.
So now that you know who they are, we'll give you a little quick video here. Congratulations to all the award recipients, and truly, that's basically what today's is about, is honoring our roots and elevating our future. And that's what they were representing there. That's the future. And they're actually coming back and staying in Manteca and doing business in Manteca. And that includes the next generation. So I'm really proud of the individuals that grew up in Manteca to call Manteca still home, but also the next generation wanting to come back and do business here. So with that, I want to thank everyone that came out here today and appreciated this state of the city. Hopefully you guys are liked what we did today. What do you think? So thank you very much for being here this morning. I think it's still morning and I'm getting you guys out of here, hopefully. No, I failed again. All right. You could blame me. It's my fault again. Deal, yes. Thank you. And with that, my city clerk's right there. I'm gonna let her know because we're not gonna do council comments. I don't think the city manager wants to do any comments either today. And with that, we are gonna adjourn the State of City meeting. Woo. Hit that. Guys, if you're still here, remember there's some photo booths here. I want to see your picture.